doesn't ask you too many questions. I mean, they might need to have a basis. Like when I do a pet communication session, I have people email me a picture and their pet's name, and that's it. And I don't want to know any other information. And it's not that I don't care, but I want to be able to be authentic and be real and to pick up the information from them. So I think it's really important when you go to somebody that they don't ask you too many leading questions, because they're there to do the reading for you. You're not there to do the reading for them, right? Does that make sense? I feel like that's really, really important too. And check some of there's a lot of great directories out there that have, that are reputable, that you can check to find people on too. That's definitely a good thing to look at too.
Yeah, no, that is really, that's a really great thing. And I do the same thing too. You don't want to ask too many questions, because like you said, you want it to be authentic. You don't want to, sometimes you will tell them things that they have heard before from other communicators, psychics, mediums, and that is just great validation for them to know that, oh, this is something I really need to pay attention to. But yet you do want it to be authentic, where they don't walk away scratching their head going, wow, I'm not really sure what just happened back there. So
yeah, very, very true. Very, very true. It's so important to do that, because you want people to know that this is real and it's possible, and it's a way to have that connection with a person or an animal that's passed on. And the people that don't do that, they really do a disservice not only to people, but the people that do this business authentically, right? Because then it makes people kind of skeptical, and then people are missing out on the messages that our loved ones and loved animals pass on to us all the time. They're missing out on that every single day when they're always sending us messages. So to me, that's really sad, because that comfort is always there for us to be received. So yeah.
Right, and there are so many great and good and positive messages that it's, why not deliver those messages, the messages that lift people up? There's always going to be the difference between darkness and light, right? You've got to have that balance, but at the same time, why not lift that person up with all of the good things about it? The other thing that when my friend was telling me about this, I was getting information, of course, from Spirit, and I was getting that the person, the psychic, was actually projecting on this person, and probably putting a lot of their own, what I will just call issues. Maybe they're suffering or grieving in their own way, but it was coming through on the reading. So it's possible that this wasn't even really part of the sitter, what I would call the sitter, the person getting the reading. It wasn't really their information. And so I have to quote a really good friend and mentor, and something that she has taught me and many others, of healer, heal thyself. And that is Bonnie Worth, medium and author and speaker. And I just have to bring that up because it really resonated with me at this point. It's how can you help heal somebody else when you have your own stuff, your own junk to take care of, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's so true. And that's important as healers, to kind of do things to help yourself stay clear too, right? To kind of have, boundaries, and then to also, cleanse your, space after you do sessions, and make sure you're, keeping your space clear. And that's really important too. I mean, that's huge. It's a responsibility, you owe that to the people that come to you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, because not only are they looking for some really loving, good light, but they're also paying you for a service, and you have to honor that, So yeah. Most definitely.
So true. That's so true. Yeah. And you have to deliver every message that comes through to them too. That's really, really important too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's a good point. When I don't know about you, Shauna, but when I do a reading, when I'm sitting in prayer before my client, I always ask, please send me a message that is in their best and their highest good, so that I know that any messages that are coming to me are going to be are really going to be for their highest good. They're going to be loving, supporting messages.
Yeah, I agree. That's important to do that. Set that space before you have that session, and yeah, and then it's important for people, I think, that are coming to you too. It's important to go to somebody that sets the expectations for you too before you sit down for the session. You know, via email or even before the session, to kind of let them know kind of what to expect and leave that space open for them to ask questions and to have that open communication. That's really important too, to go to somebody like that too, you know, that where you're working in the session with them. But does that make sense? It's not where you're not leading them, but it's still where you're a part of that too. So that's important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So some good things to think about when people are out there looking for, you know, healers and looking for that reading. Good things to think about.
Yeah.
So, are you ready to take a caller?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Favorite part of the night. All right. Anna in Ontario, New York is on the phone. Welcome to Your Time to Shine. Well, what can we help you with today?
Honestly, well, I don't know. I was just kind of wondering what kind of vibes you guys were picking up from me, and what direction you maybe felt that I was heading into the future. 2018 has been pretty good for me, but I didn't know if it was going to continue or if I was going to actually get a solid career out of it.
Shauna, I don't know about you, but I'm getting like I'm getting like this moving van. So I'm not sure if that's meaning that you're just continuing to move ahead in 2018, or if you're going to be physically doing a move.
Yeah, there's something that's like opening up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just moved into the area, so it's probably not moving.
Okay.
I moved in here within the year.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I see curtains, so it's like you're coming out from behind these curtains. It's like these curtains are opening up, and so like I feel like the moving could be like not like a physical move, but you're moving into more of yourself, and things are opening up for you, like you're stretching beyond where you wouldn't have normally stretched. Like you're like, I'm reaching out my arms and like opening up that, you know, like I'm ready, you know, like you're in a space of being ready for new things and new adventure. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, it does.
Yeah. I'm concurring with that. I'm feeling so much excitement from your loved ones on the other side right now. I just feel like I can't contain myself. It's like I want to get up and jump around and jump up and down and say, yay!
Yeah. It's like they're saying, finally, you're making it. You're doing it. You've made it to where you're supposed to be right now. It's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah.
They're showing me shoes, like stepping forward. So to me, when I see that, it's meaning, you know, you're going in the right direction, you're moving forward, continue on with that route because you're on your path.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Have a nice evening.
You as well. Thank you.
Let's see. We have another caller, Felinda in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hello. How are you this evening? Welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi. How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Great. How are you?
All is well.
What can we help you with tonight?
Well, I don't know. I have questions.
Okay. Do you want to ask us a
I have
question?
Yes, I have a new person in my life. I want to know, is that the right one? And career choices, am I going the right direction?
This person in your life, he's a real gentleman, isn't he? Is he the kind of the old-fashioned gentleman?
Yes.
Yeah, I see. Okay, because I see this image of it's really just a silhouette. I can't see a face, but he has like a top hat on, and he's removed his top hat and he's bowing in front of you, kind of like, you know, something you would see from an old movie. But I
love that. I just popped. Cary Grant just popped into my head for some reason.
Right? Right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Great.
I think that you guys are going to find a lot of joy in your life. Shauna, what are you picking up?
Oh my gosh, I feel so much joy. Like, I see all these bubbles around you. So I do work with color too. So I see like all these white and pink bubbles, and then I see these like the green color that's like the color of a green apple. I see that kind of like popping around you with this relationship. So I feel like it's fun, it's gentle. I feel like he's really gentle and he soothes your soul, but then, you know, there's fun and just great camaraderie, and you just know how to joke with each other and have fun and have the lightheartedness and the whole 9 yards. I feel like it's a great relationship. And then as far as your career question, I keep seeing these Legos, and it's kind of like they're stacking on top of each other, and they're kind of moving around, kind of like blocks. Like, it's still kind of, you're shifting things around, and it's kind of like, do I want to go this direction? Do I want to go this direction? Do I want to layer more on this, or do I want to start here, kind of thing?
Great. Now, psychic ability wise, what are you guys picking up from me?
I think you can read. I think you can read energy around you.
Because I'm having issues with friends, and when I see things and I tell them, things so happens to be what it is, and then they stay away from me. It's like I have this energy to pull people and then push them away afterwards, and I don't understand it.
Shauna, I don't know what you're thinking on this, but I'm thinking that it's not so much, I can see you pulling people in, I can see you pulling that energy, but it's not that you're pushing them away, it's that you have a lot of power and potential, and that power and potential is scaring them.
They're not ready to hear it.
No, they're not ready to hear it, exactly. So you might find that in your journeys, if you continue on this path, you might find that a few of those people drop off from your life. And sometimes people have to drop out of your life in order to bring new people in that help you on your path, if that is what you choose to do.
Another question I do have. I am a nurse. I work in the medical field, and why do I connect so much with the death? I feel like people call on to me as they passing. It's almost like I'm an empath. Like, if I work this floor and they dying, I'm there. And there's like this moment of awe, and they feel this release. Why do I feel so connected to that?
Because you're giving them healing and peace. You just have a way to bring that healing to them, and that comfort. You bring them comfort and ease is what I pick up on. What about you, Julie?
Yeah, you know, Felinda, I don't know if you by chance listened to the show last week. I had a good friend on, and she was what we call a death doula. And it was a very interesting topic. I would encourage you to go check it out. But I keep hearing death doula, death doula, death doula. And it's...
Oh, my God.
What it
I feel
really
like
is...
that's my calling.
Yeah, what it is, and we can hook you up with this this friend of mine if you have questions about it. But Basically, it's helping that person transition from death into the afterlife. It's also helping the family who remains to give them messages of the person who is passing on. And just like Shauna said, you are the light. You are easing that person's transition, because when they're scared and they don't know what's going on, they don't know if there's anything on the other side, you can assure them that they are safe and taken care of.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, question. Was I born this way, or was it because I was in a coma? Because I feel like ever since I came back from my coma, I have this ability to connect with them, but I don't talk about it because it scares people away.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's both. I think you were born with it, but I feel like the coma opened it up more, is what I pick up on.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times we will come into our gifts more after there's been some kind of a tragedy, and I would say being in a coma would kind of would be that. So.
You guys are wonderful. How did I get picked up tonight to get this free reading? Because this is odd for me. I don't even remember how this all started.
Well, it wasn't by chance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe
Never.
in chances. So
Never is.
Great, ladies. So if you can send me the information, I would gladly appreciate it. I have one more question with my daughter. I have a 19-year-old daughter. I don't know what's going on with her and how to reach her. Is she on the right path?
Oops. I feel like with your daughter, if you the more space you give her, the more that's going to help her, is what I pick up on.
Yeah, she's going through something I can't quite figure out what it is. And I do know that we are coming up to the end of our show. I'd be happy to continue this conversation and give you the information of my friend if you go to my Facebook page of Your Time to Shine.
Okay. Your Time to Shine. Okay.
Yep. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Shauna. Everybody have a wonderful night. We'll see you guys all next week.
Well, good evening and welcome to Ren and Friends Psychic Talk Radio. I would say welcome back to the show. I've been a little bit on hiatus for about a week, maybe. I had carpet installed, a full carpet install into my house. However, if I could pick up this laptop and show you what happened, it didn't happen. Oh my gosh, if I could get started with that, I would take another 2 hours just to express that, I'm trying to take the high road, peace, love, and harmony, and not try to, be mean. But anyhow, I'm living through plastic bins. My house is all packed up, hence that's why you now see the fancy crystal back there. I'm getting redecorated. But the carpet company, who will remain nameless but will be referred to as the second movie in the original trilogies of Star Wars. Yeah, you got it. ESB, the E part. Yeah, don't use that company ever again. Don't do it. Don't. Save your soul. Don't use that company. Anyway, that was my public service announcement for today. And back to the show. Dave, quick shout out to Dave, my producer. A shout out to Shelby in the chat room. She's monitoring chats. A shout out to our number one listener, my mother, who is probably in NJ, and I'm looking at Skype. And okay, somebody must be drinking a pint about now because she's not on the air tonight or on Skype. So happy 4th of July to everybody here in the United States. And, of course, let's say, who won the football? Was it England? Happy England? Anyway, sort of following that. Oh, goodness. Let's see. We have events. Boy, do we have events. Now, in the coming weeks, you're going to see a book back there because my book, The Good Morning, has been published. It is on the Amazon or Amazon.com. It is also available worldwide. Good Morning at, it's not a website, it's a book. It's a book of stories, an anthology of feel-good ghost stories, if you will. But they're stories about connections to the other side and the messages from the spirit world. So when you read it at night, you go to sleep with a sense of belonging, a sense of connecting, a sense of knowing that you're not alone. But read it in the morning, you may find yourself where the spirit world is giving you advice to get up out of bed and create an awesome day. So that book is called Good Morning, and it's co-written by Patsy Davis and myself. Hard copies will be available starting July 11th. Woohoo! But that's what you get when you do your book cover on 4th of July weekend. So we got a little delayed. But the book is done. Yay! Go to Amazon.com and look up Good Morning. And you spell morning, by the way, MOURNING. You can also look it up through my name, MaryBethWren.com, as it says on the characters there, or Patsy Davis. I think Patsy Davis is like Patsy Smith on Amazon, so there could be tons of Patsys. So I don't see too many Mary Beth Wrens out there, so type in my name. But look up Good Morning. All right, Dave, let's see who we've got out there. Hey, quick shout out to, of course, Rhonda. Hi, Rhonda, all the way out there in Australia. Happy Tuesday. No, Tuesday. Okay, this is the 4th of July. Happy Thursday. No, happy Friday. I don't know. Dave, help me out. My brain is frying. Anyway, happy whatever. Okay. My goodness. I thought you had said that she's from Italy, and it's actually Ireland. Okay, yeah, somebody needs new glasses. All righty. All right, Issy, you sure you want a reading from me? Hi, Issy. Welcome to Ren
I'm
and
here.
Friends.
I'm
Hello
here.
there.
Happy 4th of July. Happy
Well,
4th
thank
of
you.
July to everybody. Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet of you to say that, and thank you very much. And what
You're
can I do for
welcome.
you?
Okay, I would like to talk about my love life, relationships. I split up with my husband in October, and
Sorry.
just wondering, is there somebody nice and new or old coming into my life or in my life, and what can you tell?
Do you happen to know the name David yet? Is that the ex's name, or is that yet to come?
Davis. No, I don't know a Davis.
Okay, keep that on the back burner. Let me look at your energy field. As I look at your energy field tonight, it's a blue color. That tells me that I sense that you're going to be meeting a man through some sort of online program. So it could be like a eHarmony or a Match.com or some other website that hopefully will be more professional than, say, Plenty of Fish or something like that. Anyway, what I'm seeing here is, this blue aura field shows me energy of writing, communicating. That you have a way with the pen, or the way with words with the pen.
I do.
And I feel that this man is enchanted by the words you use, your good vocabulary, like writing emails, what have you. The funny thing is, I don't feel he's from Ireland. He could be from a different country. I am feeling it's European-based, but I don't think it's English.
Okay.
But I feel like English would be his second language, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's, I don't know why I'm going to say Turkey or Istanbul, but that, I still keep getting a European feeling. I don't think it's France. I'm not feeling south. I'm feeling like if I'm looking at Ireland and I'm looking at the country of England, I want to go east. It's not northeast. I feel like I'm going east. Is that Germany? Okay. I have to get my geography out here, get an app and look up Google and go, where's Germany? But I'm not feeling south. I feel like I'm going east. I sense that your man has multiple languages. So I sense that maybe he's fluent in German, and then English is the second language. I still feel like I'm supposed to say David, and I feel like that's his first name. I don't feel like it's Davis or Davidson. I don't sense that to be a last name. Now, I don't know if 54 is old or young for you, but for some reason the numbers 5 and 4 come into my mind. So I'm assuming it's an age. But if it's May 4th, maybe it's his birthday, April 5th, if I flip the numbers around. And I just got a vision, just a flash vision of a guitar, which to me would indicate that he's into music or has a hobby with music. But
lovely. You can serenade me.
Oh, you bet. The thing is, I'm sensing a professional musician. So he's not a starving artist. That, of course, that always helps. Make sure that you're manifesting a man who is financially generous as well as emotionally generous. Now,
of course,
I believe that his zodiac's a fire sign, as in a Sagittarius. So that 4-5, I feel like it's an age. It's 45 or 54. Let's see here. Can I ask you, have you ever worked in the medical field at one time in your life?
The medical field? No.
Yes, you.
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
I see a person around you. It feels like she is aware of him. So, like, if you meet him, like, I'm going to just say Match.com. So let's say you meet him online. And then you meet his sister, and she's a nurse. But I'm seeing a person in the medical field connected to your love life, but I feel like it's a sister-in-law or a sister of your boyfriend. The feeling is it feels like it's a good connection. You'll have a good friendship. I'm not picking up it's jealousy, not at all. It just feels a good feeling. Now, I'm telling you about your future because if you're going to ask me if you're going to get back together with an ex, no. Will you be getting back together with a person you just separated? No, I'm not feeling that. This man is completely new. Okay, here it comes again. I'm still feeling medical field. So I wonder if that's wellness, preventative medicine, wellness. Can I ask you, Issy, what do you do for a living?
I work in adult education.
Is there any sort of wellness classes, healthy eating classes?
Well, not exactly where I am, but I would be into all that myself, personal development. And
if there are classes that are offered, and maybe at the same school you teach at, take them. I don't know. I know it seems so random, but I think it's going to increase your social life. It may be the very reason why you and this guy online connect, is that you have something in common with wellness. I hope you recorded this. I got a lot of information coming in from you. So.
Can I ask you about two people that I have been kind of involved with?
Of course.
Yes. One is a person called Matt, M-A-T-T. And we've been talking online for 7 months. And there's not a budget for him to come and meet me.
Who's the other guy?
The other guy is an ex of many, many years ago, and his name is Bernard.
I'm sorry to say, I don't feel either one of them's going to really click. I'm feeling leave the X as an X. The one who's you've been chatting with 7 months. I can't seem to put it in words, but I get. I'm not. Just be open-minded to meeting him, but don't put your eggs in one basket with this fella. I don't think he's all up to what he says he is. I'll just give you an example. Let's say he says he works at Harrods in London, and you're like, oh, wow, that's wonderful. And he turns out he's the janitor. Not that I'm saying janitors are bad. I just think he's portraying himself in a different light.
Okay.
Just careful, okay? I want you to err on the side of safety. I keep feeling this German fella. I keep feeling like I'm supposed to go east of where your country is. Ireland, Scotland, England, east of there. I know it's ocean, but I'm just feeling that way. All righty.
And do you have a time frame, Mary Beth?
No, nothing on time-wise comes to mind. Other than that, those number codes of 4554 keep coming back. So I wonder if it's April, May, or April or May. But I think that's an age. Anyway.
An age, because I'm 56, so he could be 54.
Oh, thank God.
So it would be nice.
I mean, I'm like, God, watch. So, good, that's right in your category. Good. So I was like, well, I hope you like them older. All right, Izzy. Well, thank you so much for calling the show. And if anybody is interested in calling the Ask One Radio Network, I know the United States phone number is 1-888-454-2751. And, of course, you can go to Ask One Radio Network and find out the other phone numbers. And I'm sure my producer will tell me in just a moment, but I know that the United States is 1-888-454-2751. I see that we have a okay, if I torture this name, I'm sorry. May? Are you kidding me? Down your name. I know you're from San Francisco, but I'm from the South. Okay, so don't blame me on this one, but your name looks like the way we say mayonnaise. So don't blame me on that. You can call me Milton Bradley because I'm MB. But when I'm looking at your name here, May Naz. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? And happy 4th of July.
Yeah, same to you.
Thank you. What can I do for you this evening?
Well, let me see if I've got my speakerphone up first, because this phone of mine is old and it doesn't work unless I have it on. So can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear. You're doing just fine.
That's good. I called to ask about my career.
Okay.
I am currently not working, and I do have an orientation for a job on Friday. But and I probably will work it. But I just wanted to see what you see for my future as far as that's concerned.
Communications, library sciences, anything that has to do with promotions and advertising and public speaking and networking. The energy field that's coming up around you says to me, you sell a service, not a product, and it's also telling me that teaching, education, school is in your future. Now, if this is a job, say, like Chipotle, of course, take the job, but it's a job, J-O-B, just over broke. Okay? But I don't feel like it's your calling job. I feel like what you're being pulled to is, I sense this word marketing, advertising, and promotions. Now, this could be social media marketing. But do you have a degree in this? Why am I seeing school? Are you close to, let's see, San Francisco? What is a university school over there? I think of UCLA, but that's down in LA. So, okay. I'm seeing you getting a job, but I just get the impression it's a job. It doesn't feel like it's the wow job, the it job. Is this Friday job just a job, like a temporary job or a contractual job? That's what it feels like to me.
It's a job that I've been looking and I need to be back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Answers. But I don't have anywhere far. And by the way, I'm from Michigan. I'm not from California.
Okay.
So
the energy. I use California because it says your name and then it says in California, so or in San Francisco. The thing is, I keep feeling like I'm seeing a university. I feel like you're supposed to be on campus, working around schools, on campus, a job that has to do with educating, but it also has a job with marketing that school. So I'm going to say part public relations, advertising, marketing, social media. I hope you have a degree in this, but I'm feeling marketing as a well-paid career for you in the future. Now, I just got a vision about a dog, and I don't know what this means. If I read into it, I could say the dog is like you're doing pet rescue or something like this. I'm not sure why I'm seeing a dog, unless you've got a dog right next to you or what that is. I don't know if that's public relations to no-kill animal rescues. But what I can tell you is I do see you getting this job, but it feels like to me it's contractual or temporary. Temporarily. And I keep getting the universities. Okay. There's a lot of education there. So look toward the jobs that are on campus or that have something to do with higher learning and education. Because that seems to me the long term, the career calling, the path you're on. Education. Yellow. Okay. That's what I get there.
That's one I've not thought of, but I will keep. Yes, I will keep what you said in mind. So at least I will be working, right, and bringing in an income, because I do not like being on unemployment. Tell me, I just really don't like it. That's why I'm taking the job, because I've been searching. I don't know how well I'll do at it. I've done sort of this type of work before, but I just wanted to know what you seen and you did see around a university. That's interesting.
I want you to be open-minded to it. Well, then, can I ask you, what is your background? What's your focus degree? I mean, I'm not going to change my mind after you tell me what you are.
No, I have an associate's degree, but it's only in general studies. And when I was in college, which was a community college, you know, I just went all over the place. I never could really decide what I wanted to do. I found out what I didn't want to do, but not what I really wanted to do, I guess is what I'm trying to tell you. I had lots of nursing and secretarial courses and what have you, but, you know, nothing that ever gave me a wow factor as far as a job is concerned. And that's where I leave it. I don't know if that helps you or not, but that's where I'm at.
I'm going to stick with the school.
Job.
I see a calling job connected to people who are very smart, highly intellectual, incredibly eclectic, people who love to use their minds a lot, who are definitely not drawn within the box. These people draw outside the box, they reinvent the words, language, you name it. I feel that your soul desires an artistic flair. That is why I sense that publishing, promotions, advertising, some kind of vehicle that talks about communicating. But I also see this to be with the education systems. I don't feel like it's education as general ed or something to do state-run. I'm feeling it as a college, private school, but you've got to be around artistic people. Your energy screams eclectic. And usually people who are like all over the map when it comes to jobs are very intellectual, but they're also very, free-spirited, artistic. So like an actor who has many jobs, you may find yourself in different roles, different jobs, because you have a desire to express oneself. Now, the old spaghetti test, throw it to the wall, see if it sticks. But you might want to throw it in and try acting. It doesn't matter if you're a method actor or whatever, but just give it a shot, because you have an incredible eclectic energy. In other words, you get bored fast in a four rooms, what does that say, 4 walls and a roof. You just get bored fast. So you're very artistic. Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense to me somewhat because of the last job I held where I did get up and wear many hats. It entailed a little bit of warehouse, a little bit of shipping and receiving, but when I had to sit and do the paperwork at the desk for like 2 and 3, 4 hours, so yeah, I know what you mean about the boredom of the 4 walls type thing. I would have rather been standing up, but to enter the information into the computer, I had to be sitting down. It was extremely boring.
I know. But you know what? You have an artistic streak. I really hope you do find the job of your dreams. And I thank you so much for listening in for the Ask One Radio Network. And everyone else, thank you for listening to Ren and Friends Psychic Talk Radio. I'm Mary Beth Wren, your hostess for Ren and Friends Psychic Talk Radio. You can always call me at www.marybethwren.com. I will see you next week. And remember, reality is what you make it. Make sure you make it the very best.
Hi, I'm Ron, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now A1R on the air. Psychic Talk Radio on Moonstruck TV. Enlightening television.
Hello, and welcome back to Soul Star Radio. I'm Kathleen Moore, and I have with me my wonderful soul brother, Mr. Raul Estes, author, healer, psychic,
Oh, thank you so much. I am wonderful. Have a look at where we are. Oh my goodness.
I love it. We've got two bin chickens coming towards us, the wonderful ibis. They are very fascinated, as we all are. And we, of course, have the Opera House behind us. And we're also joined by Miss Jessie, who's she's a Sydney person, but she's heading back off to Shanghai.
Hi, Jessie.
Hi, Jessie. So Jessie says hi to everyone. And we're going to be doing some readings, but because of our location, we're not going to be able to do those readings on the phone.
Correct.
Call me.
Call me.
We're going to be able to do the readings for, we've got Jessie, and we've also got Amanda, who has texted in, and she's in a quite predicament. So tell us, you come to Sydney, you're living in Sydney.
I moved to Sydney on the 6th of June, 6th of the 6th. Very timely. And I'm loving it because this is the first city that I ever lived when we first came to Australia. So, and have a look at where we are, the harbour city. But most importantly, we are in Point Bennelong, but Wurrajong country, and we would like to pay our respects to the land owners.
Yeah, the traditional owners of this land, we give our absolute respect to you. And yeah, it's absolutely a beautiful place to be. It's really chill at here.
Yeah.
Because you're in amongst all these buildings, but you're not.
The buildings are ahead of us, but we are in the botanical gardens of Sydney, surrounded by beautiful old trees that they have so much love and wisdom. And if you cannot feel the energy, well, allow us to tell you that the energy here is just wonderful.
And like I used to say, no sense, no feeling. But we've got plenty of that going on. Possibly too much. But,
too much.
Yeah, so now, let's, I think maybe we go to Manda first.
Okay, good.
Let's
go to Manda.
So Manda's in a real predicament. She's homeless, with her pet in the car, no money, paying all the bills, and really need a reading on finding a place, love, and job. Can you help me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Manda, firstly, as I tune in, and I tune in into your energy, as Jacqueline was reading this message to me before we go on air. Something that is quite particular with you at this moment, and I know that is easier said than done, Manda, but I like you to really concentrate on your solar plexus, because that's where your energy center is. And at the moment, it's actually a little bit blocked. I'm not a doctor, but there are certain foods that you can eat, particularly yellow fruits or yellow vegetables, that will help you clear the energy from your solar plexus. But something simple that you can do is truly, really tune in to Source, to the angels, and with your right hand on your solar plexus, ask them to clear that. Because once you clear that unwanted and stagnant energy that you got in your solar plexus, and I'm touching here, you can probably not see, but it's below your sternum, below, let's say, below that sternum bone and the belly button, that area is your solar plexus. That's where you're going to find that the energy is probably a little bit with, how shall I put it, with a lot of rubbish that needs to come out. And I know that the situation that you're in is dire straits, that you are actually dealing with being homeless. And I truly send my love and compassion to you, because I have never been, so I don't know what you're going through. I don't have an understanding, but I send you compassion. Another thing that you need to clear as well is your third eye, and it's really to do with your diet. And I understand that at the moment perhaps it's not simple to maintain a healthy diet, but perhaps, and as I mentioned before, I'm not a doctor, Amanda, so I only can suggest something that I do myself for my third eye is blueberries. Blueberries are a good source of energy to help you clear the third eye, that gives you a lot of nutrition, but it gives you the intuition. Once you open your energy center, the solar plexus, and your third eye, the angels are showing me that you're going to be guided to people, places, and situations that are going to be for your highest good. You're going to find a person that will give you a hand to find a job, to get a place to live, and life is going to start getting better. So please, 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 Amanda, I'm asking you to, in your space of despair, to find a minute, to find 30 seconds, to concentrate on your solar plexus and your third eye, and ask the angels and Source to clear that area. I'm just going to draw a card for you, Amanda. And look, the card that came out for you is play. And I know that it's probably you think, look at the situation that I'm in and how am I going to play? But you know what they're saying? It's not about the fun of a game. It's about playing with your energy. Yes? I was telling you to concentrate on clearing the solar plexus and the third eye. So play with that energy and play with the energy that the angels are actually sending you. Because the more that you play, the more that it's going to clear. And if you have a look, you got there in play the yellow color. And the yellow color is connected with your solar plexus, but it's also a color of abundance. Abundance in every sense of the word. And consider this reading a sign of beautiful abundance coming your way. Because it is coming, and soon enough, you're going to be in a situation that you're going to be able to play the way that you know how to play. But at the moment, play with the energy and clear that energy out, please.
Certainly, solar plexus certainly hits a mark here. I'm feeling absolute fogginess. And when your solar plexus is really blocked, and yeah, it sounds all kind of almost airy-fairy. It's like, oh my God, I need a bandage. You know, steps the sort of flow here. But you know, the solar plexus is also where you know, our diaphragm is, and when we're in fear and absolute desperation, that can lock up. And so that's how that relates. And on a physical level, it's like, in as much as you can, you sort of have to do what is practical in each moment, and we understand you're certainly trying to do that, and it's really full on for you. There is a ritual that I actually did when somebody, but then I allowed them, nearly sent us bankrupt, and I actually did this particular ritual, and within 48 hours our entire financial situation turned around. It wasn't perhaps lotto. It was all the situations opening up and unlock everything. So I'll be sending you that ritual so that you can enact that. But certainly, I think the thing is, you can't give up hope. That's the most important thing here. Do not give up hope. Even if that means that you have to make lists of what you're going to do and have to work out the priorities of those things. And that, even if that's a method of slowing down and getting into that sort of more restful space that Raul is trying to get you into. You know, it's just really important not to give up hope. That's the most important thing here, because when we give up hope, we've lost everything. When we have hope, there is always this new beginning, a new opportunity. And if you think of each new day as a new beginning, rather than, oh God, this again, then it actually can help you start to reset your energy a bit better each day. The thing with the third eye makes sense. I think there'd be a lot of dehydration there, not getting enough water as well. And so I'd make sure that in as much as you can, try and get as much water. And if that means it's off packs or things like that, then, you know, that's what we might have to do. And I would make sure you're reaching out to services such as, you know, financial counsellors and planners through the council, you know, whether there's support services in your area on that very realistic community kind of level. Be reaching out to those sorts of things in as much as you can. But it does feel like everything's a really rushed scramble, even with everything that's going on here. And with the jobs, like even, you know, outreach services for homeless people are often trying to help people get jobs. So, you know, I would work along those sorts of lines, because it feels like you may need good advice as to what kind of roles to be applying for at the moment in your situation. And that's this thing about you saying you're going to meet someone. I was actually picking that up as a younger male.
Yes, and I would say to you, Amanda, that be open to whatever comes your way. My first job ever was cleaning toilets and vacuuming carpets for a hotel. So sometimes you go to a hotel and you said, listen, I need a job. I'm willing to do whatever you've got available. And sometimes you say, well, you know what? We've got a housekeeper that is sick today. Would you come in and clean rooms for us? And there you have it. You've got a job. It's the idea of opening up the energy centers, aligning yourself, and putting yourself out there to say, you know what? So long as I'm keeping my dignity, any job is dignified of me doing it. Cleaning a toilet, it's not the pleasant of jobs. I know, I used to do it. But you know what? It is a dignified job. And that actually gets you to where you need to be. And another thing, touching on what Jacqueline was saying to you, Amanda, HOPE, acronym, have only positive expectations. That's what HOPE stands for, and that's what HOPE is truly all about. So believe in that.
That's probably the best we can say at this stage. But yeah, we'll be sending you a lot of healing love and light. And if that's okay with you, Amanda, we'll be doing that distantly and quite strongly personally. But we'll give you warning before we do that, because last thing you want is to be driving while that's happening. I can tell you from personal experience. That lady at the video shop many years ago, it was about a decade ago, and no, 2 decades ago. But anyway, this lady was talking to me in the video shop, and she goes, "Oh!" Apparently she fell over too.
Oh.
Apparently she fell over while she was talking to us. But she, she nearly did, you know. So she was actually at the video shop, and she says, "Oh, so you do all this energy stuff?" And I went, "Oh, yeah," you know. And she goes, "Oh, you think you could do this healing on me?" And I went, "Oh, okay." So I did a show for healing on her. And, yeah, so she actually rang. She rang up the home, and she says, "Oh, could you stop what you're doing? It's really freaking me out." So we'll try not to freak you out. No. Although that could still happen. But yeah, so that's our thing for Amanda. So we wish you the most absolute hope, energy, love and light with that situation. Now, we're also going to do a reading for Jessie, who's off screen holding the camera up.
Yeah, so because the wind, actually, I'm going to wear telephone.
Well, I talked about blowing the lady up, and, you know, he blew up the camera. So that's okay. It's Mercury retrograde, and a few other planets are about to go there, so why not? Now, we were going to do a bit of a reading for Jessie, who's going back to Shanghai. I've sort of done a reading for Jessie last night, so I'll sort of stay out of this one and leave it up to Raoul. Okay,
well, I'm just going to draw a couple of cards for Jessie here to see where you actually hit, where you are at the moment and where you hit. Okay, Jessie, where you're at the moment? Well, you're in a really nice place, because what we're showing here, and I don't know whether people can see it there, it's a harmony card. Yes? And the unity with our higher self, living in harmony with our environment. And you are moving into a new environment, and that's what you're actually taking from here with you. That idea of harmony. We just need to move that camera, because I think that then we cannot see it.
Actually, I can. It's shining like a rainbow.
One thing that is actually happening, if you have a look at the card, Jessie, is a new beginning. The sunrise is, full on, rising all over again. You are flying high like that beautiful butterfly with all the colors. The greens of healings, the blue of protection, and the yellow of abundance. One thing that is quite clear here with that beautiful sunrise is that abundance in every level, but particularly for you, Jessie, what's going to start happening, kind of like that big sunrise, it's going to be huge and it's going to be fast. A lot of financial abundance is actually coming your way, thick and fast. And this is not, like Jacqueline was saying, this is not about that slot, but this is about you and the efforts that you're putting in to get that financial abundance, but it's coming your way. One thing that this is you and who you are, yeah? And the butterflies are showing the humility. Honor yourself fully and make a difference in the life of others. And if we have a look at that card there, we actually see a lot of big butterflies, and we see a tiny little one there in the center. That's who you are. You are the tiny one in the center. However, people at times, Jessie, tend to misjudge you. They see you as a tiny butterfly, but they don't realize that you have an effect on everybody else that allows them to be huge. And whatever you do is with such humility that you will get amazing accolades, but you will never tell people, "Oh, I just won this amazing award." It's not who you are. You will get it, but you actually get it, like we will say, you grow in the esteem of future generations. Whatever you do, it affects you, but you do it for everybody else that is coming behind you. And that's where the humility stems from. But don't be shy of knowing that you're actually really good at what you do. Yeah? There's humility in that as well. You don't need to shout it from the rooftops, but you need to stand in your own power and say, "Yeah, I did that, and I'm proud of it, but I'm also did it in order to help other people." And all of this, what it actually brings to all of us who are missing our heads.
They got it.
What's actually bringing to you is the freedom that you've been looking for. The azaleas are the flower of faith. So have faith in your decision, in where you're going, in the people that you're going to meet, what they're going to teach you, what you're going to teach them. And then you're going to be surrounded by little butterflies that they want to learn from you. So be willing to, what goes around comes around. Share your wisdom and wisdom will come your way, but that wisdom comes attached with a lot of freedom. And although you are saying you are moving permanently to China, to Shanghai, I say to you, sure, settle, but then be willing to pack luggage and fly here and then everywhere because it's coming your way. There's a lot of flying and it's to do with the business and you chose this. So be willing to do it and to embrace it. So all the best. Yes.
Well, thank you. Absolutely beautiful. Very relevant and exactly what's going on here because Jesse's going back to China and is going into international business. So.
Well, and I don't know Jesse.
Yeah, exactly.
Full disclosure here.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Absolutely wonderful. That's been quite an interesting morning we've had. We've had a wonderful time with the camera.
We had a wonderful... Yeah, but I guess that the camera is just only a vehicle to show you the beautiful energy around us.
That's right. It's moving.
Yeah.
Literally.
And that's the idea, that the energy around us is moving.
And circulating.
Yeah, it is. It's actually...
Literally going in a wind tunnel.
Yeah, it is. It's going in a wind tunnel. Don't worry about the car. We'll catch
the car's going for a wander too. Which one was that one?
That was Freedom.
Oh, see, there you go.
Freedom. It wants to be free.
Freedom is off in the park. It's going with the big
Botanical Gardens, Opera House,
Ibis.
Ibis. What else do we want? The P&O cruise, if you want to go on a cruise.
Let's not go on a cruise.
No, I don't like them.
No, we won't name any ship lines, but we
No.
probably won't go on a cruise. We know too much about cruises.
Yeah, particularly here in Australia.
Yeah.
I guess that because now we're not going to be doing this together all that often anymore. You're going to be back in Melbourne. I'm going to be here in Sydney. Only when you fly to Sydney or fly to Melbourne that we're going to be together. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank you really for allowing me to come on your show, to give me this platform to communicate with people worldwide, to share my gorgeous cards.
You're very beautiful.
Shining, guiding star of light, shining there for all of you. And the idea of having a laugh.
Yes.
And that's what I like when we're actually together. We're always having a laugh, we're always carrying on. It doesn't matter what happened to us. The phone melt all over, but we're still carrying on and laughing. And that's truly life, the way that I see it now. Before, for me, it was a bit difficult to laugh. I was very much quite serious and quite business-like, and everything needs to have a place. And now it's sort of like, let's just go with the flow.
Absolutely.
The camera fell over. No big deal. We'll pick it up, and there it is.
Exactly. That's the beautiful thing about it, Ralph. And it's been absolutely wonderful joining you today in Sydney. And
I'm so glad that you did. And we're going to go. I'm sorry, people, that you cannot join us, but you will join us energetically. We're going to go for a long lunch.
Yes.
And enjoy the beautiful view of Sydney Harbour. While living the life of the rich and famous without being rich and famous.
In the meantime, we'll catch you. Same bat time, same bat channel next week. Bye!
Thank you so much, everybody. Mwah. Shall we sing them a song? No? No? Not today. Okay, well, goodbye.
Bye!
G'day everyone, Tonya Rees here, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, coming at you from Australia. I hope you're having an amazing night, day or morning, wherever you are in the world. It's lovely to be able to connect. Thank you so much for sharing our show and for also being patient and ringing in and, you know, waiting for that chance to get on the radio. So thank you so much. And you've got a great range of hosts happening tonight, so stay tuned. If you don't get in with me tonight, then there's others that are following that you can get readings with. So I trust everyone's had a great week. For me this week it's school holidays over here in Australia, or we're in southern Australia in Victoria, so we've got the kids are on school holidays. I've got one that's off camping with his friends and having a ball on his bike, which is great to see. We've been so lucky the sun has been out, and you know, it's the middle of winter here, but we're still able to get outside and do some really cool stuff because we're not limited with the rain and you know, normal winter weather. So we've been really lucky for the school holidays. Mind you, we need some water for our tanks. We're a little bit low at the moment. We did have to get a load of water brought in. So where we are, we're in country Victoria, so we don't have town water. So we have tanks to catch the water. We're also off the grid here on our farm, so we depend on solar power, and we've also got a wind generator. So that's something we're really passionate about. We love being off the grid and being independent. So that's a bit of fun, and highly recommend it. No power bills, and it really makes you mindful too of the energy that you use. So many things that we utilise now that use power, and a lot of it. And I don't know about where you are in the world, but over here the rising costs of electricity become a bit prohibitive to, you know, to be spending all your money paying for power. It just seems crazy. So it's a good reminder too to also be mindful of what you're using and, you know, being that little bit aware, I suppose, of just your power usage, because it does cost you when you're paying your power bills. And who wants to pay bills when we could spend our money on far more fun things? So, yeah, you know, just be mindful of that. And it all helps then to collectively, you know, create a cleaner environment for all of us, and also enable us to not spend money where we don't have to. Because, hey, we can all do with more money for spending on the things that we love to do. So I always encourage people, be mindful, makes a big difference. So what else has been happening over here? I've got a class starting up next week, which I'm really excited about. I've got some new ladies that are starting with my women's circle next Wednesday morning, and they're all amazing. They've all made contact with me, and I've just had a real rush of gorgeous souls getting on board, and as usual, the perfect group come together, which is exciting. So that's really great. I also incorporate some Louise Hay into my workshops because I love her work, and I always say to people, you know, her, you know, whether it's her books or her cards, these are a bit of a favourite. I'm trying to see what you can see there. Heart thought cards, great for affirmations. You can buy these anywhere. I was at Big W yesterday here in Australia, and they had them, so you can, you know, get your hands on them, and they're just great because they're all based on her affirmations, and you can flip them over. Each morning I swap it over and put a new one there, and it's something that reminds me that affirmations make a big difference to your life. And I know you hear me bang on about affirmations a lot. I'm really passionate about them, but I know they work, so that's, you know, the reason behind that. And I say to people, you know, like Louise says, you know, your personal power is in the present moment. So you have the ability to change. You have the tools there to make changes and to change your belief system. So if you're finding that you're attracting the same old thing, whether it be the job that you don't enjoy, friendships that don't work, relationships that don't work, or just generally struggling to, you know, to bring into your life what you want, be aware of your beliefs behind them. So sometimes they're on a subconscious level, and that's why I always say anyone, and throughout the world you can hook into the Louise Hay workshops, the Heal Your Life workshops. There's workshop facilitators all around the world that run these. So look them up if you're feeling like you want to dig a bit deeper and start to access that subconscious level baggage that we tend to hang on to, and it's always a thing where we don't realize until we go through the process that we do hang on to things that quite often we're not quite privy to. So it's really good to be mindful that you can make the changes, you can look a bit deeper into things, and you can absolutely examine your beliefs around different areas of your life that then allows you to make changes. So I always encourage everybody to do that and say, you're not on your own, and you can do this there's so many Louise Hay trained practitioners, workshop facilitators and coaches around. I do a lot of it and incorporate it within my readings, because I find that it's not just a case of you finding out different ways to be changed, or to get your life to change up your life through guidance, but also through changing patterns. So we all have patterns, and healing starts on a massive level of, for everyone it's different, and we all go through different stages in life where we might need to, tend to work on areas that we might not even be aware of, and all of a sudden something comes along and we're like, oh, I'm not sure about that. So just, be aware that you can re-examine your belief system. If you're using the term, but this is how I am and this is just me and that's how it is, no, sorry. It's how you can make a choice on that. So just remember, you have the power to do that. Now, I think I'll have somebody waiting to call in by now, but I haven't got anyone coming up right at this moment. So I will check on whether I'm getting the messages through, because sometimes we have a little bit of fun with that. So let me see. No, I haven't got anyone up on my screen yet. So, yeah, I might just double check on that. Yep, our connection's fine. So I'll just keep talking then. I'm sure Dave will be working that one out. So, yeah, so it's really important to know that you have the power to change, and change brings about so many amazing things. So always be open to getting advice from people too. It might be a case of somebody just telling you something that you weren't aware of previous, and you might just have that conversation and pick up a few pointers from somebody else. So that's exciting and great to know. So don't lose sight of that. All right, Dave, have you got any callers for me yet? Not getting any messages through. Let me see. No, not yet. Okay. I'll extend my little chat then. Something I love to do, so I don't have any problems having a talk. But anyway, he'll certainly tell me if I've got somebody waiting. So I will just trust that. Sometimes Spirit likes to play around with the connection, and things will change up a little bit to what they normally are. So it's something that as a psychic and medium you do tend to be, have it in the background that you will have to ad-lib or change a few things up at times, because that's just how it is. So, yeah, and that's life, isn't it? We all have to roll with different case scenarios at times, or things that aren't quite as we intend them. So we then go, alrighty, for whatever reason, that's meant to be. And that's what I say in life as well. It's all about the fact that nothing is a coincidence, and everything that happens, there is a reason behind it. So sometimes it might not be so obvious, or it mightn't be pleasant what you're going through. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be easy or something that you innately know or are attracted to doing. It's just a case of, that's just that you've been thrown a curveball, and it does happen, and sometimes we can't change that. But, as far as coping with things, we do have a choice on how we handle it. So that's why you often hear me say here on the radio that embracing change, because that is the only constant in life. So just be aware of that. All right, I have my first caller, Charmaine, in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, USA. How are you today?
Hi. I'm very fine. Thank you very much for taking my call. Such an honor.
My pleasure. Honor for me too. I love connecting with you all over there.
Oh, thank you so very, very much.
My pleasure. Did you have a question you wanted for me, or would you like me to give you some info first? What would you like?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I do meditation most of the day, and I always have 3 men, very important men in my life: my father, my grandfather, and my late husband. And they've always been so intensely present where I meditate. I have a business, and I kind of that was handed on to me through my husband after he departed. And all the time I feel like, I have to do better. I've been okay. I've been doing fine. I really have put my heart and soul into it. But I'm just, it just has become the only meaning of my life to just salvage this. And sometimes I feel like, what if I do not succeed the way I wanted? And I'm a perfectionist, by the way. So I was just wondering if there are any messages from these 3 fantastic men in my life.
How amazing that you've got the 3 of them as a connection, and that's so fantastic that you're able to meditate and get that communication happening, because they're certainly always around you, I say, with spirit. Now, with your husband that passed, I'll just, because I sense him around or coming through today, does he have a bit of a sense of humour? Because there's something funny around the business at the moment.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, because he's laughing, right? Now, I know you said you're the perfectionist, and he was a bit too, but he was the balancer. So he was the one that, because he's showing me, he would be the one to say to you, no, calm down, we need to just focus on this, and, he would level things out. And I feel like he's doing that. Yeah. And because it's like he's showing me, he brings in a bit of fun in regards to the business, so that one, he's around, but also to lighten the load up a bit. So, like it's about you taking the pressure off yourself, because you're putting that much pressure on yourself. You're not enjoying the business at the moment because it's energetically feeling a bit draining.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like he really wants you to know that, and to also not feel like you have to hang on. If you're feeling a little bit like, will I stay or will I go? He wants to bring the fun into your life, and he knows that there's something with the business that's a little bit of pressure over the last few months. Have you changed something up?
Yes. Well, we have been in the process of there was a construction next to the restaurant, and the business has gone down, and we suffered a lot, and that has been going on.
Yeah. And have you been looking at, because I feel like with him coming through, there's also the thing that if you want to let it go, he's happy with that. So is that something you've been considering? Because it's like he's saying, don't keep hanging on just for him. It's about you having the quality of life, because there's also family around you that you don't get to direct time to, he's showing me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he doesn't want you to feel like you have to hang on for him, because he's going to be around you regardless. And he's like, I'm around her. There's something also he's pointing out with the car. So I feel like this is to do with the sense of humour element too that he does. Do you have an issue starting the car or something? It's like I feel like there's an electrical, it's like he's laughing, showing me around your car, or a car in connection to that business.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, my car has been making some weird sound. The car that I use for business, and it's been just like, you know, making a hissing sound, and everybody was making fun of it, and now he's doing the same thing.
He is. And it's like he's going, you know, tell her I'm around. Like, that's part of him being around. And it's almost like now, having said that to you, when that happens, you will laugh. And it's like you can say to him, thank you, you know, for the reminder. But there is a definite element of, if you're feeling like that business is being a struggle, because you've been in it for a while, haven't you? There's like, is it 10 years? Because I'm getting like it's like 5 or 10. Like there's that.
Well, he passed away in 2015, and I took over, and I really enjoy what I'm doing. It seems that I've been a natural manager and entrepreneur. It's just like I am all the time worried that I won't reach my goal, because I changed many things around. I try to upgrade all the kitchen and change the food, and I really just every day I tell him, I just want your business. I talk to him and I say, I want your business to be one of a kind, and still it is struggling, and maybe I am pushing things too much, but this is a way for me to, it just saves me from depression and all that, because I love him to pieces. And,
he
doesn't.
And he's saying thank you. There's a reference to thank you. So it's like towards the end of him passing, there was something that you went above and beyond. And I know as a partner you would have, but there was a real thank you. So you reached out to him, or you gave him permission to go.
Mm-hmm. Thank
and he
you.
wants you to know.
I'm sorry. I wanted to know, is he optimistic about the future of this, the path that I'm going, and am I going to reach what I want, or should I just accept the way it is?
It's almost like I have to say what he's showing me is that it's about, Charmaine, just allowing it to happen. So letting go of, I know it's important to keep things as they need to be, and being the fact that you're running the business, you don't want to let your standards go, but it's like taking the pressure off yourself to allow the business to go where it needs to go. There's also, he's showing me another person that's important in that business. So I feel like there's somebody else that maybe you could lean on a bit more, but you're not at the moment. So he's just saying you've got to get that balance of being able to let it go a bit and also allowing it to run as it needs to.
Oh,
but he's
okay. I understand.
Yeah.
So in other words, I'm stopping myself from growth by just hanging on to a certain outcome and pressurizing myself. Okay.
Absolutely. Let that go, and you will find it will flow, and you will get the signs, because you've got them all around you showing you signs. So there's no shortage of signs, but please just be aware of allowing things to flow rather than hanging on to them too tightly, and then you're not allowing those opportunities and things that are coming in. There's so much love for you, so please know that he is around you. I have to wrap up now because I've got Annette on the line, but thank you so much for connecting, and don't hesitate to message me on my Facebook, Australia Psychic Cowgirl, if you want to know any more. No problem at all, Charmaine. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure. God bless. Annette, I've got on the line.
Hello.
Is that how... Hello. From New Jersey, yeah?
Yes, I am.
How are you, Annette? Sorry to keep you waiting there. We just got a little bit waylaid, so I do apologise. Thank you for calling in.
That's quite all right. I understand.
Do you want to hit me with a question up, because we're a bit limited for time, rather than me go through what I've got?
Absolutely. I just have a concern. My question is about one of my sons who's been having health issues on and off of late.
Okay, what's his name?
His name is Andrew.
And Andrew. Oh, cool.
Yes.
My Andrew. Okay. So with Andrew, with these health issues, did these start around the teenage years for him?
I'm sorry?
With Andrew's health issues, did these start around the teenage years for him?
He had one episode in the teenage years, but then nothing else until recent.
Okay, rightio. Because it's almost like there's an imbalance with him with something. So where's the questioning around what his health issues are? Does he kind of not fit into the category of having something specific? Because I feel like there's a question on he doesn't quite fit the mould into the illness that they're looking at, or they're looking further afield for something else. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
They can't pinpoint exactly what's going on with him.
Yeah, okay. Because I feel like there's something they're missing. So it's like Spirit showing me. Can I ask, is your mother in spirit as well? Because there's a lady coming through for you.
No, my mother is not in spirit.
Okay, so there's a lady in connection who's coming through for your son. So maybe this is a grandmother, but it's like she's stepping in and she's around,
yes.
And there's an awareness of his health. And she's showing me that she had a connection with him. So I feel like she spent time with him when he was younger and she was around him.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he was,
it would be my maternal grandmother, correct?
Yeah. And it's like he was a bit of a favourite, I have to say quietly.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. So she's around. I'm just checking into what she's saying. Yeah, it's like what they're picking up on him isn't necessarily the case, but there is a bit of an imbalance with, like, I'm not a medical person at all, but what they're showing me is like there's a little bit of a chemical imbalance or something whereby he's not getting something. Just trying to get what she's showing me. There's like a, with not being well, he would have had his blood test done, but it's like there's elevated levels of something.
Okay.
And he's down in something else. So it's like there's also a component whereby he's lacking, like I want to feel like saying magnesium or something whereby it's creating his symptoms to be worse than they need to be. So it's like, I want to say dig a bit deeper because there's more to unfold with his health, but I don't feel it's really, I'm not getting, like, she's not showing me really bad. It's just he doesn't fit into the standardized, this is what it is. And that's where they're stumbling along what it is and the actual diagnosis of his health. But I feel like she's showing me there's a pathway out through this whereby they will discover what it is. Because it's like, otherwise he's healthy though, because it's like she's showing me he's getting around okay, but there's just, this thing is more or less like a bit of a hiccup in the road, I have to say.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, so it's like she's showing me he's going to be okay, but it's just a case of them digging a little bit deeper. I also feel like I want to say a second opinion or, and I feel like she's showing me that you're questioning someone that's been, like working with him, that you're thinking they're not quite on the right track, because I feel like there's somebody else you're going to take him to see that will pinpoint this.
Okay.
Okay, so get a second opinion. Go with your gut feeling on this. I always say never doubt a mother's intuition, and I feel like there's something in the back of your mind you're questioning.
Yeah, you never want to just settle. That's the way I feel. You want to definitely find out, especially with something that's not quite, as you say, fitting in your normal.
Yeah. He's very sensitive. She's just giving me an insight to his personality. He's quite a sensitive soul, but he's very clever as well, and he does put a bit of pressure on himself.
Yes, absolutely.
So there's a little bit he could do with having some downtime or working through those. You know, he carries a lot around with him, and you know, the emotional also connects with the physical. So when we're looking at, you know, not being 100%, there's that emotional component. So just be aware of that and get him to be aware of that.
Yeah,
because he's pretty. All right, I do have to wrap this up. Giving me the wrap up. Please message me via my Facebook page if I can. There's any other questions that I haven't been able to cover, and now I'm more than happy. Just shoot me a message, and within the next few days I'll get back to you. So don't hesitate to cut it short a little bit, okay?
All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You have a great day.
My pleasure. Yeah, you too, lovely. Thank you so much. Great to connect. All right, another half an hour has flown by once again, as it does every week. So I'm really wrapped to be able to connect. Thank you so much for calling in to my gorgeous callers. Thank you for the listeners and all your support. It is really amazing. Stay true to your path is my catchphrase. You know, follow your own path, and have a wonderful week, and know that Spirit is always around there ready to support you. And don't forget to make those changes if you're feeling inclined at the moment. So honour and trust your inner guidance, because it will never let you down. So love and blessings from here in Australia. Have a wonderful evening for all of you guys over in America, and here in Australia, have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks so much for listening.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everyone. I am Jodie James, Psychic Medium. I have got you for the next half hour. Very looking forward to it. It is actually Friday, beautiful Friday the 13th over here in Australia at the moment. And it's actually a little bit warm today, which is nice. It's nice to get out of the freezing cold. It is still bitter, but it's still not as bad as what it has been. So welcome to my show today. I'm going to take a couple of callers today, and I just want to chat about this week. It's been an interesting, as always. When you sort of look at your week's hindsightly, you sort of go, oh, wow, it's been an interesting week this week. I've done this, I've done that, and I've actually been, it's been quite busy looking at things, also busy on the business side of me as well, the business side. But, yeah, I just looking at abundance and everything this week, and it's interesting how, and I don't know if I said this last week, but how everyone, well, there's certain people that have a black and white sort of look at abundance where it's money coming in, money coming out. It's always the figures. It's always written down in front of them. And then we strive and try and be the people who go, you know what, I know I'm going to spend this much money because I know this much money is coming back. But it's also having the change of a thought process of lack. Like, we don't lack everything. Everything's here. We've got a roof over our head. We've got running water. We've got food. It's that sort of reference of knowing that we are all abundant. Even if we only have $5 in our wallet, we are still abundant. So looking at it that way, knowing that we are always abundant and never lack, is a really good sort of my message this week. So we've been going through a few things with my family at the moment, and it's interesting to know, being in the work that I do, looking at what my kids go through and what my family go through, and it's very interesting to sort of go, when you're not emotionally drawn into it and you step out and you go, so that's the reason why they're like, it's sort of, you sort of have a little bit more of appreciation for each person and what each person is going through. Now, some people might have a really good life and have like everything's just there. Then some people have struggles and going through a lot of things that you may not even know that they're going through because they don't want to sort of speak out, or they're not willing to speak out because they're afraid of people ridiculing or having an opinion that may not fit their I can't even say the word, but the family morals and things. So all you have to do is sit back and go, wow, I'm here. This is what I do. And it doesn't matter if you're a professional football player, professional golfer, or even a mechanic or working with their hands, tradie, carpenter. You've just got to realise that people go through things. As long as you're there to support, and Spirit's always here to support, but for us to be on the physical plane and support each other as well is a really good thing to do. So even go to your next door neighbour and go, hi, how you going? Or putting that $5 in a card to your next door neighbour and just saying, paying it forward. I love paying it forward. It's amazing. I try and do it as much as I can. So, yeah, that's my little talk today. So I have Ashley from Oak Harbor in Ohio. Sorry, try to get my mouth around that. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well today. How's the weather over there at the moment? Sorry, I'm not a weather girl, but warm. Can we have some of that over here, please? Because I'm in country Victoria and we are cold. And, I mean, we've got the sun out, but it's still bitter cold. So I'm quite happy to send the warmth over to us, please. That would be great. So I'm a psychic medium. Now, did you want to go mediumshiply or psychically?
Mediumship, please.
Cool.
I'm trying to connect my dad
to
had died
a
in
female?
April.
Okay, so your dad. There's also a female here as well. Just bear with me for a second. I want to make reference to a lady that's coming through that would be on your mum or dad's level as well. I feel like she was young when she passed. I feel like she was in her late 30s, early 40s. But there's just a reference to this lady that's here as well. There's also a Rhiannon or there's like an R name I want to bring through with her as well. But she's just acknowledging that she's here. So would this make sense to you? I feel like she passed peacefully, but there was a lot of health issues 2 to 3 years before she passed. So do you know if she's on mum's level or on your level? But I just want to make reference to that.
You said with a R?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
That's all right. The R name might be around the family, but let me just keep going with her for a second. Oh, no, she's connected to mum. So I don't know if she's mum's friend or a mum, like mum's friend, but I just want to acknowledge that with you. Okay. Now, you wanted to connect with your dad. Okay. So let me just see if he's around. Oh. Now, I'm not seeing, I feel like your dad's here, but would I make reference to your dad's dad passing as well? So your grandfather on dad's side, would that make sense?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Now, is dad one of 4 children?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Now, also, okay, thank you. So as I'm connecting with your grandfather, he's just acknowledging the A name as well, but I just want to bring through a male A name, and he's also bringing through May as well. Now, I know you said your dad passed in April, but there's a May reference as well. Would that make sense?
My birthday's in May.
Thank you very much. Okay, let me just keep looking. Now, have you seen photos of your grandfather? Did you meet your grandfather?
Actually, here's the weird thing. My grandparent, who is my dad, did adopt me. So he would have been my grandfather. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So, thank you. I just want to acknowledge. Now, would he have been a little bit taller than your dad?
Actually, my grandfather, who my dad is actually the person who, or my grandpa is actually my dad who adopted me, if that makes any sense. Like,
okay,
my grandparents adopted me, so he would have been originally my grandfather. I just call him my dad because I had him since he was 6 months old. But yes, he was tall.
Yes, thank you. All right, cool. So, okay. So it was your grandfather that adopted you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. But your grandfather's your grandfather, but your dad is your dad. Is that right? Sorry, I'm a little bit confused in a sense because I feel like I've got two gentlemen here.
You have two gentlemen? I never met when my birth mother, her parents adopted me. So I reference them as mom and dad since they've had me since I was 6 months old.
Okay. So technically, would you call your grandfather dad?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and he's the one that passed in April?
That is correct.
Okay, and did he smoke or did he have issues with his lungs as well?
No.
Okay. What's with the reference with the sore throat or the throat issues with him?
The throat issues?
Yes.
He didn't really have any throat issues.
Okay.
I know his father
I just feel like
had throat issues.
All right. So, because as I said, I feel like I've got two gentlemen here, that's all. So, okay. So your dad, I want to make reference to, he passed peacefully. Would that make sense?
He died of an aneurysm.
Okay. So there was a peacefulness around this though, yes. Because I don't feel like it was sudden and he was in pain. I just feel like there was a peacefulness. He's giving me peaceful, and I feel that that's a reference. Now, he's also making me aware that did he used to wear vests, or what's with the vest and the shirt reference?
Do what? I'm sorry.
So the vest, you know, the woolen vest that you would wear over shirts.
A woolen vest?
Yes.
No, he never wore a wool vest.
That's fine. That's fine. Because I'm seeing that, he's giving me a reference to a woolen vest. So I'll give that to you. Now, okay, thank you. He's making me aware chin up sunshine. There's a reference to chin up sunshine because I feel that things have been, and I know he's passed in April. I know it's only just happened, but he wants to make reference to that he came to see you pretty much straight away. Now, he may saying that you felt him, or you're aware that when you got the phone call, you were aware that he had passed.
Yeah.
Even before you got the phone call. Okay. And he can't thank you enough for bringing the sunshine into his life either. I feel like it wasn't just you. Are you one of two children? Or is it two girls?
I have two girls. I have a biological sister, yes.
Thank you, because he's just acknowledging this as well. Okay, perfect. But is there 3 of you overall that would have been in the house? So even though you have a biological sister, how you grew up, were you one of 3 siblings?
Yeah, he had 2 original of his own children, and then there was me.
Thank you. Yep, perfect. So I am with, I have got him. Perfect. This is where I want to sort of validate so I know I've got them for you. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. He's happy to be here, but he's also, have you gone back, were you studying, or what's the reference with study around you?
Studying, I was
going back
to continue to be back to school, yeah.
Okay, because I want to make reference to, he's a little bit upset that you haven't gone back to it, or there's a reference to you need to start doing it again to refocus yourself again. Because I feel that even though he's passed, I feel like since he's passed, there's been a few other things. He's telling me there's been a few other things happening that you feel like, oh my God, where is this going to end? Does that make sense? I feel like things are snowballing. Yeah, because he's making me aware you need to start refocusing yourself back into your study, or refocusing things into doing for yourself, not for other people. Because I feel like what you're doing is you're doing things for other people, so you actually take the attention away from yourself, is what he's telling me. But he goes, now you need to start putting the attention into yourself and doing things that you love to do, and not worry about everyone else's emotional state. He goes, because you're very empathic and you worry about how people move through things and how people have grief, but he's just making me aware that you need to do things for you now so you can start going through the process, if that makes